Display unit is actually quite simple setup. It's just a receiver unit, a display itself, and a harness. So the only thing you need to connect to the chassis is the power and ground, and then the small connector goes to the display and the large connector goes to the receiver. So we're going to be mounting that to the car right now. To install this, all you will need to do is find a suitable location and mount it like so. This is in the Lexus GS300. It never came with the TPMS kit when the car came out of the factory, so this is something we added afterwards, and we used the radial trim as it was small, easy to reach, and easy to view. And basically we just trimmed a little section here to fit it in and just locked it in place. After that is attach the receiving unit as well as power and ground wire. That's it. The way the TPMS display works is that it will receive whatever the sensor is putting out. Each sensor in the wheel will broadcast the tire pressure and the sensor. It's constantly sending out the signal once it's woken up. For example, the car starts moving at a certain speed, or if tire pressure is let off, or pump pressure in. These things will wake up the sensors. Once the sensor is woken up, then we'll start broadcasting the signals. Then the display will pick up the signal. Now, how does the display know which wheel is sending out what signal? Then this is where the pairing process is required, and we will show you how to do so now. The power supply to this is going to be ignition control, so whenever you turn on your ignition, then it will power come on. You can see it immediately goes to pressure, temperature of each wheel, and then it shows the voltage of your battery. It will remain on that display as long as you don't touch it again. So if you want to see the battery the whole entire time, then you can keep it that screen. Enter the programming mode. You'll press and hold. You'll go to set first, and then next is going to be relearn. So there's long press and short press. The long press will enter the selection, and then the short press will scroll through the selection. So this is short presses. So first is set, second is relearn. So then we're going to long press and enter the selection. Okay, this is going to ask you to learn a single wheel. So if you only swap one sensor, then you'll just do a single wheel. We're going to do all wheel relearn. So then we'll enter this menu. So now that you've entered the programming mode, it will show an hourglass. When you program the wheels, they will need to be programmed in sequence. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to start with the passenger front, with the right front wheel first. That being number 1. Once that is programmed, then it will automatically go to the second wheel. It will be to tell you that the wheel programming is complete, and then move on to the next wheel. To wake up the sensor, you have two options. One is to inflate, one is to deflate. Generally, you want to deflate if the tire is already filled up. Okay, so that wheel has been programmed and is telling us to move on to the next wheel. So let's fill this back up to the proper tire pressure before we're moving on. Sometimes you'll need to release the air and pump it back up. In order to wake up the sensor, it needs to be releasing or increasing pressure rapidly. My air release on the tire pressure gauge is not fast enough, so I release enough air to allow me to pump air faster back into the tire. So now that is woken up and programmed, we'll move on to the next sensor. Okay, that is now programmed. And there's that beep. And at this time, you should also be able to see the temperature in each wheel. Currently Currently our tire pressures are set to 37, and we will show you how much the tire pressure will increase after some driving when the tires are warmed up. So after some driving, as you can see, the tire pressure has increased to 40 psi all around. The tire pressure will go up as the temperature increases. So it's a good way to monitor your vehicle's tires conditions. Being able to monitor your tire pressures will give you extra peace of mind. So if you have any questions about our product, please give us a shout. Thanks.